Have you ever felt overwhelmed by small problems? Do you find yourself getting upset or stressed over things that shouldn't disturb your peace? You are not alone. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to become bothered by every little thing, a harsh word, a difficult situation, or even worrying about what others think. But what if I told you that Islam gives us a powerful way to train ourselves to become unbothered, to face life's challenges with calmness and confidence? In today's video, we will explore what it truly means to get unbothered in a way that is deeply rooted in Islamic teachings. Being unbothered is not about ignoring problems or being careless. Instead, it means training your heart and mind to stay calm, strong, and focused on what truly matters. Trusting Allah, controlling your thoughts, and protecting your peace from negativity. It is about learning how to respond to life's ups and downs with patience, wisdom, and faith. This skill is not just important for our mental health. It is a beautiful part of our Islamic character. By learning to become unbothered, you can live a happier, more peaceful life, free from unnecessary worry and stress. 1. What does it mean to be unbothered? In life, everyone faces problems, difficulties, and challenges. Some people get overwhelmed by these struggles and feel like they carry a heavy burden in their hearts. They become upset easily and lose hope quickly. But others seem to have a special strength inside them, a calmness that helps them stay steady no matter what happens. This calmness, this inner peace, is what it means to be unbothered. Being unbothered doesn't mean that you don't care or that you ignore problems. It does not mean you become careless or stop trying to solve your issues. Instead, it means you train your heart to remain calm and patient, even when life is difficult. It means you don't let every little worry or hurt control your emotions or disturb your peace. When you are unbothered, you still feel, but your feelings don't push you into fear, sadness, or anger. You become like a strong tree that bends in the wind but does not break. To train yourself to get unbothered, you must start by changing how you look at your problems. Instead of seeing them as the end of the world, see them as temporary tests that will pass. Life is full of ups and downs, and it is natural to face challenges. But what makes the difference is how you respond to these challenges. If you panic or get upset quickly, your heart will become weak and tired. But if you learn to stay calm, your heart will become stronger and peaceful. Imagine a glass of water. When you shake it, the water inside moves wildly and becomes cloudy. But when you stop shaking and wait quietly, the water settles and becomes clear again. Your heart is like that glass of water. When you face troubles, your feelings may become unsettled. But if you train yourself to be patient and calm, your heart will settle, and you will see things clearly again. Another important part of being unbothered is to stop worrying about things that are out of your control. Many times, we get upset not because of what happens, but because we try to control everything around us. We forget that only Allah controls everything perfectly. When we try to control things that are not ours to control, we only increase our stress and frustration. Being unbothered means you trust Allah to take care of the matters that are beyond your power. You focus on what you can do and leave the rest to Him. This trust brings a special peace to the heart that nothing else can give. Lastly, being unbothered is a form of worship. When you show patience and calmness during hardships, you are following the path that Allah loves. You show faith in Him, and this strengthens your relationship with your Creator. This kind of strength is not easy to achieve, but it is very rewarding. Being unbothered means having a calm heart that is not shaken by the troubles of life. It means believing in the promise of ease after hardship and trusting Allah's perfect plan. It means training your mind and heart to stay steady and peaceful no matter what happens. When you reach this state, you will find that life's difficulties become easier to handle, and your soul feels peaceful even in storms. 2. Why do we get bothered? Understanding why we get bothered is the first important step toward training ourselves to be unbothered. Everyone faces moments when they feel disturbed, upset, or worried. These feelings come naturally because we are human beings with hearts and minds that react to the world around us. But why exactly do these feelings come? Why do some people get bothered by things that others can ignore easily? One main reason is that we often focus too much on things that don't go the way we want. When plans fail, when people say something hurtful, or when problems appear, our first reaction can be sadness or anger. This happens because our expectations are not met. We expect life to be easy, people to be kind, and things to work out perfectly. But the truth is, life is not always like that. Sometimes people make mistakes or behave badly, and sometimes things happen that are beyond our control. When reality does not match our expectations, our hearts feel hurt and bothered. Another reason we get bothered is because of the importance we give to small problems. Often, we let little issues grow bigger in our minds than they really are. For example, one harsh word, a small failure, or a minor inconvenience can feel like the end of the world. This happens because our hearts are sensitive, and when they do not have strength, small things can upset them easily. It is like a glass that cracks if even a small stone hits it. When our hearts are weak or tired, small troubles feel much heavier. Sometimes we get bothered because we carry worries about the future or regrets from the past. We think about things that have not happened yet and fear what might go wrong. Or we keep remembering mistakes we made and feel guilty or sad. This thinking traps our hearts in sadness and fear. It stops us from enjoying the present moment and makes us vulnerable to feeling bothered. Another important reason is that we don't always remember the power of Allah's help and mercy. When we forget that Allah is watching over us and controlling everything perfectly, our hearts become weak and anxious. We try to manage everything on our own and feel like we are alone in facing problems. This feeling of loneliness makes our worries grow bigger, and we become bothered easily. Sometimes, our emotions get in the way too. When we feel tired, hungry, or stressed, we are more likely to get upset. Our emotions affect how we react to situations. When our emotional state is weak, we become vulnerable to feeling bothered by small things. This shows how important it is to take care of our health and well-being because a strong body and mind help us handle challenges better. Fear is also a big reason why we get bothered. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing something or someone can make us anxious and upset. When fear takes control of the heart, it is hard to stay calm and peaceful. But Islam teaches us that true fear should be only for Allah, and trust in Him will remove the unnecessary fears that bother us. Sometimes, getting bothered comes from comparing ourselves with others. We see people who seem happier, richer, or more successful, and we feel sad or jealous. This comparison steals our peace and makes our hearts restless. But we forget that every person has their own path and trials. Allah knows what is best for each of us, and He provides exactly what we need. In reality, getting bothered happens because we forget to rely on Allah and trust His wisdom. We focus on problems instead of solutions, on fears instead of hope, and on difficulties instead of the blessings we have. This makes our hearts weak and sensitive to disturbances. When we start to understand why we get bothered, we can begin to work on changing our thoughts and feelings. We learn to reduce our expectations from people and life, to focus on what we can control, and to trust Allah's perfect plan. We train our hearts to be stronger, to look at difficulties as tests, and to believe that every hardship will end. Being bothered is natural, but it does not have to control our lives. With awareness and faith, we can protect our hearts and minds from getting disturbed. The journey to becoming unbothered begins with understanding these reasons and then making a choice to change. When you face a difficult moment, remind yourself that feeling bothered is only temporary. It is a passing feeling that does not define you. You have the power to change your reaction and find peace in your heart by trusting Allah and being patient. This understanding helps us build a strong foundation. It prepares us to learn how to train ourselves step by step to become unbothered no matter what life throws our way. 3. Train your heart to trust Allah fully. Trusting Allah fully is one of the most powerful ways to train your heart to become unbothered. When you trust Allah completely, you give your worries and fears to Him, knowing that He is the best planner and the most merciful. This trust acts like a shield, protecting your heart from the storms of life and giving you peace that nothing else can give. Trusting Allah fully is like giving your heart a beautiful rest. Imagine carrying a heavy load on your shoulders all the time. Your body becomes tired and weak. But if you put that load down and let someone strong carry it for you, your body feels relief and peace. Trusting Allah is putting down your heavy load of worries and letting Him carry it for you. This does not mean you stop trying or stop working hard. It means you do your best and then leave the results to Allah. This trust helps you see life's difficulties in a new way. Instead of feeling scared or sad, you start to see challenges as chances to grow and learn. You understand that every difficulty is part of Allah's plan to make you stronger and closer to Him. When you trust Allah, you feel calm inside because you know He never forgets you and He never leaves you alone. One important step in training your heart to trust Allah is to remember His past help. Think about the times in your life when Allah helped you through hard moments. Maybe you were worried about an exam, a job, or a family problem, but then things got better. Remembering these moments helps build your faith. It shows you that Allah's mercy is always near, even if you cannot see it at first. Another way to build trust is through prayer. Talking to Allah in your prayers and asking for His help strengthens your connection with Him. When you speak to Allah honestly and openly, you feel comfort and peace in your heart. You realize that Allah listens to your prayers and cares deeply about you. This feeling brings more trust and helps you let go of fear and worry. Sometimes trust requires patience. You may pray and wait for a long time without seeing the answer you want. It is easy to get upset or lose hope, but patience means waiting calmly and believing that Allah's timing is perfect. Sometimes what you want is not good for you, and Allah knows best what will bring true happiness. When you are patient and trust Allah, you protect your heart from being bothered by disappointment. Trusting Allah also means accepting that not everything will happen exactly as you want. Sometimes your plans may fail or change, and this can be hard to accept. But when you trust Allah, you understand that His plan is better than yours. You believe that He will guide you to what is best, even if it looks different from your dreams. This kind of trust fills your heart with peace and courage. You stop worrying about things that are out of your control. Instead, you focus on doing your best and leaving the rest to Allah. This frees your heart from fear, anger, and sadness, and it helps you stay calm no matter what happens. Training your heart to trust Allah fully is the key to becoming unbothered. It means believing that Allah is enough for you, letting go of control, remembering His help, praying with sincerity, being patient, and accepting His plan. When your trust in Allah grows strong, your heart becomes calm, peaceful, and ready to face any challenge without being shaken. 4. Control your thoughts. Controlling your thoughts is one of the most important steps to train yourself to become unbothered. Your mind is like a garden where you plant seeds every day. If you plant good seeds, your garden will grow beautiful flowers. But if you allow bad seeds, the garden becomes full of weeds that take away its beauty. Your thoughts are like these seeds. If you let negative, worrying, or angry thoughts grow in your mind, your heart will feel bothered and restless. But if you control your thoughts and fill your mind with positive, hopeful, and trusting ideas, your heart will find peace. Often, we get bothered because we allow negative thoughts to take over. For example, when something goes wrong, we start thinking, "Why does this always happen to me?" Or "I can never do anything right." These thoughts grow quickly and make us feel helpless and sad. They create a cycle where one bad thought leads to another, and soon our entire mind feels heavy and troubled. But the truth is, thoughts are not facts. They are just ideas that come and go. We have the power to choose which thoughts to keep and which to let go. One way to control your thoughts is to practice mindfulness. This means paying attention to your thoughts without letting them control you. When you notice a negative thought coming, you can stop and ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Should I keep thinking about it? Often, you will find that many negative thoughts are not true or helpful at all. Learning to question your thoughts helps you to let go of those that bother you. Controlling your thoughts also means avoiding bad influences. Sometimes, the words and actions of others can plant bad seeds in your mind. Negative people, harmful media, or bad habits can fill your mind with harmful ideas. It is important to protect yourself by spending time with positive people, reading the Quran, and focusing on good activities. Sometimes, controlling your thoughts requires patience. Negative thoughts may keep coming, especially during hard times, but every time you stop a bad thought and replace it with a good one, you train your mind to become stronger. Like a muscle, your mind becomes better at focusing on positive things. Over time, you will notice that your heart feels lighter and less bothered by small problems. Remember that controlling your thoughts is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing to focus on what will help you grow and be strong. It is about training your mind to stay calm and peaceful even when things are difficult. When your thoughts are calm, your heart follows. You will find it easier to forgive, to be patient, and to trust Allah. You will stop wasting energy on worries and fears that do not help you. Instead, your energy will go into building a better life with hope and faith. Controlling your thoughts is a powerful way to become unbothered. Your thoughts shape your feelings, actions, and your whole life. By choosing positive, trusting, and hopeful thoughts, you give your heart the peace it needs. Remember, your mind is a garden, and you are the gardener. Plant good seeds and watch your heart bloom with peace and strength. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to train yourself to get unbothered, the beautiful way taught by Islam. Remember, true peace comes when we trust Allah fully and protect our hearts from worry and negativity. Start practicing these steps today, and you will see your life change for the better. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers. Your support means a lot and helps us continue sharing beneficial reminders and guidance. May Allah bless you with peace, patience, and happiness in every moment of your life.